Welcome back, friends, and welcome to all my first time viewers. Come along with me and let's take a look and see what they have at Walmart for us: bare root flowers, seeds, bulbs, and so much more. My name is Marlene if you've never been here before. Now let's go ahead and see what they've got. So first, let's start off with the bare root flowers. And these over here, these are some beautiful viburnum. They're also called Japanese snowball, and they look so gorgeous in the early spring when they come out and the leaves have not come out too much yet. And as you can see, next to them they have forsythia, and boy do I love this one. This one is also an early spring bloomer. It is so beautiful. I think I may get one, but I'll have to find a place for it because they do spread out quite a bit, but they're so gorgeous. That's all flowers, guys. No leaves on that tree just yet. Over here now they have some wisteria, and this one is beautiful, but make sure that you check the variety because some of them they do spread a lot, and it can really take over the area. The same is true for this honeysuckle, and you can see the prices that they're going for, guys. These hummingbirds absolutely love them. So if you want to see hummingbirds in your garden, that would be the one to get. Over here they have some hydrangeas, but they have the PG pink and they also have the Nico blue. Bear in mind that these are two different types of hydrangeas. The pink one is a panicle hydrangea, which needs more sun, and the blue one is the mophead variety, which needs less sun. So you would not want to put the two of them in the same place. Over here they have a combination of the forsythia and the wisteria. You can see the price that both are going for, so you get basically two for that good value that you're seeing right there. And I always like to look at them to see a little sign of life in there, which is great. And as long as the ground is not frozen over, you are welcome to get them in the ground. So over here now we have the individual ones. If you just wanted one instead of two together, then they're there for you, and that's a really good price right there. These are lilacs. I don't usually see these in my area. Maybe they're there and I just never noticed them, but if they are in your store, that means they typically grow in your area. Now let's take a look at bulbs, tubers, and corms. So these over here, these are canna or cana, and that's a pretty good price, guys. They have different varieties. You can see these ones right here. These ones are the ones that have the darker leaves. If you like that more moody type of garden look, then this would be great for your needs, in terms of getting that in there. And in some areas, even up to growing zones 7, I've heard people leave them in and they come back. Or you can take the tubers and then plant them back the following spring. It just depends on what you want to do, but get them early so that way they don't run out before you get yours. And down here now we had some corm for the elephant ears. And it can be a little tricky knowing which way to point them. But when you see the horizontal lines getting closer together, that's going towards the top. So that would be face up and the bottom would be face down. These are more tropical though. So you may want to hold back on planting these until it gets a little bit warmer, like in the early spring. But get them before they run out, guys. Just keep them in a cool, dry place and they'll be good. Over here now we have the tuberous begonias and lots of caladiums, and I love caladiums. I've grown them a few times. I've done a couple of videos on them and I absolutely love them. So it's good to get them now. They'll keep for you as long as you don't put them in water or you don't have them in somewhere that's too hot. Just like cool, dark place, and they'll be fine. Because sometimes you go back and they're gone. And those begonias, so gorgeous, guys. They say annuals for those, but in some areas, you may get them to come back. And on here they have mixtures of caladiums, different colors. Over here they have the calla lilies, and I have a beautiful yellow one that was given to me as a gift, and I'm probably going to do a future video on that, so keep watching. Over here these are iris, one of my favorite springtime bloomers. A couple of my most watched videos are about iris, and there's a reason for that, guys. You love them and I love them too, so you can get them now and plant them when the time is ready. So they multiply a lot, so it's going to be the gift that keeps on giving, and they're very tall, very eye-catching, so it's a beautiful addition to your garden. They do like hard sun though, so choose your area carefully when you're planting your iris. You're going to have those for many years to come. You can see that it's one that's in there, but it's spread, so I'd say maybe get 3 of those. Over here, this is Leatris. And Raquel, in her garden, she has lots of these. If you're watching Raquel, I've never grown these, but I've seen yours and they're gorgeous. And you can see that they give a lot of them in the package there. So it's going to bring in those, pollinators. So you'll have those coming over and over again, and it's also going to be beautifying your garden. They're pretty low maintenance too, so that's the beauty of that one. Over here, they have lots of lilies. These are the assorted ones. It's kind of like a surprise, kind of like a box of assorted chocolates. You don't know what you're gonna get for sure until they come up. But they're colorful, and they choose the colors carefully so they don't clash. They kind of work really well together. For 5.88, I'd say that's a pretty good deal. And those are spreaders too. Here are more lilies over here, guys. These are more maybe if you like that kind of moody type of garden with the darker colors, then this would be, right for you. And those remind me a little bit of autumn, which is really nice. It gives that nice, warm, mellow feeling. So, those are the options on those. You can see how many you get in each container, or say each package. So that's really good. And here's one of my favorites. I've done videos on peonies too. I absolutely love peonies. They're so gorgeous, and they come back year after year. Bear in mind that with these guys that you will want to make sure that you are soaking the dry roots when you're ready to plant them. Soak them for a few hours, sometimes even overnight. And that way, they're ready because they're dry, so they'll stay and they won't start growing before they should be doing so. And, that's how they're able to be preserved until you're actually ready for them. And these colors are just so gorgeous. So I'd say give it a try and, see what happens. We learn as we go in this whole gardening experience. Now this is Tricertis. I'm probably not saying that right. Never grown these before myself, but they have a nice bright color. And, if you're wanting to try something different, that would be a good one. And over here, they have more elephant ears. And here's another favorite, guys. Dahlias, or dahlias as some people call them. They come in so many different sizes. Again, you can see, the soil that they're in right there. And that's a pretty good price. $5.88 for those. Beautiful colors over here. Look at this one, guys. Red with the white tips. So gorgeous. And of course, you have the smaller varieties of them as well, too, with different colors. It's a beautiful pink shade right there. And just to show you what the tubers look like, you can see how they're looking there. And they give you all the instructions on how to plant them. So, just follow the instructions and you should be good to go. Some people have to take them up to when the weather gets cold, depending on where you live. But in growing zones 8, I think where I am, they should be okay to stay over the winter. Colder than that, you may have to take them up. But it's really trial and error just to see what happens with your neighbors. Over here, these are gladiolas and the corms. They look so healthy. And you tend to squeeze them a little bit just to see how they feel, to make sure they feel firm and they're not rotting or they don't smell like mold or anything like that. So that way you know that it is pretty much good to go. Now let's take a look at the bare root berries. They have so many, and it's so exciting to see these guys because we're going to be enjoying these in the garden and we're going to be eating them. So these are some grapes over here. We always had grapes growing up at my mom's house in Jamaica. So I know that, it's kind of tough and dry when you feel them down there. But you should feel like some sign of life towards the tip where the smaller parts are. And that's attached here tells you all about grapes, like where to grow them, when to grow them, when to plant them and all of that. So that's very helpful. Over here now they have some blackberries, and the flowers that they produce are self-fertile, so you don't have to have 2 of them. You can get 1 and you'll still be good to go. Down here we have raspberries, and a similar situation for them as well too. Over here you have blueberries, and for blueberries you don't need 2 of these either, but when you plant two varieties, they tend to be sweeter and they tend to be, you get a more abundant harvest. So it doesn't hurt, and it's pretty inexpensive. So I would certainly go ahead and do that. And over here we have the mixed variety. Here you have the blackberry and the raspberry together, and these are so good for you health-wise. Berries, you can't beat berries. They're so good to have, in your diet. You can see that they're giving you 2 here. And again, they give you the same. And, if you're not in the United States, because a lot of my viewers are not in the United States, just take a look and see, what your growing zone is and kind of match it out to see when you can plant them. And these are the strawberries. Personally, I prefer to just have my strawberries red. But, if you wanted to try something different, you could try those to see how it works out for you. It doesn't hurt to try. Because, we're constantly learning in the garden. We learn from each other as well, too. And if you're liking this video so far, be sure to give me a thumbs up so it can get recommended out to others. Over here, we have grapes that are mixed varieties. Over this one, you have the red one, and you have the white one, and you have the purple one, and the white one there. And they also have mixtures of these over here as well, too. So there are lots of choices, I think there's something here for everyone. There's going to be something here that you will like. And Over here now we have the asparagus. And bear in mind, bear in mind that for asparagus, typically it takes 3 years for them to produce for you. So this is going to be a matter of patience in terms of waiting until they are ready for you. And down here we have some bulbs, your onions. And because the weather is cool right now, as long as the ground is workable, you can go ahead and plant them. And, they'll come up and you'll get your harvest before it gets too hot, and then they start bolting and flowering and all of that. And you have garlics up here too. I'm not sure if the regular garlics that we buy in the store would work, or if we have to get these. Let me know if you're someone who grows lots of garlic, if the regular store-bought ones would work, or we have to get these. But we're always learning, so it's good to leave your comments so I can see them, and the other viewers can see them too. We have some potatoes over here. And, one of these is going to give you a lot. Just follow the instructions and plant them, and you should be good to go. And these are some smaller strawberries on here. If you just wanted to get a smaller amount and start off with those. So I was really quite impressed. And over here, sweet potatoes. I think I'm probably going to try this because I've always wanted to grow them because I love sweet potatoes. And in this video right here, guys, be sure to check it out. If you're planning your garden right now, this tells you 12 common mistakes to avoid, whether you're beginners or seasoned gardeners. It's always good to get a reminder. And just wanted to take a moment to invite you to subscribe to my channel if you have never done so before. We do lots of gardening topics, tips, and tours, and we have a great gardening community over here. So hit the bell twice and be sure to join us. Now we move on to the seeds, and these are the burpees. And you can see how much these were going for, and there are so many. And I love flowers, guys. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that I absolutely love flowers. And they're so important because they're beautiful. They attract the pollinators, which we need those. You can put them inside, as cut flowers, or you can enjoy them in your garden, whichever one you prefer. Morning glory is beautiful too, and they do attract hummingbirds, but they can be a little bit invasive. So be careful with that one, and, determine where you're going to put them. Plan it out before you put them in the ground if you're going to. It's an unusual color for a sunflower, but it's pretty. And then over here now we have this one here. Reminds me so much of the autumn season. Very beautiful. We have lots of zinnias. And if you don't get any other flower for your garden, guys, I'd say apart from marigold, you can try zinnias. Sunflowers too are a good one if you have the space for them, because they do help to clean the soil. And like beans can grow up on them, so it's a way to vertically use the space so you have more in. So definitely a good idea. So those would be a good 3 to try. And they have the variety packs over here, I should say the value packs over here, where you get a lot more. And that bright number you're seeing on there tells you how many days until you get to bloom from when you sow them. So this one says it's going to be for 35 days, and in that time frame you're going to have blooms coming out. So this is good to know. And over here they have, like the wildflower mixes. That's different types, whether it's for butterflies, whether it's for hummingbirds or for honeybees, which is really good. So it helps you to choose wisely what you want, whether they're low growing. And this is unusual to me. I've never seen wildflower perennial mixtures before. So those are going to come back. But remember though that it's going to take about 2 to 3 years for you to really see a good impact from your perennials. And over here we have more varieties, which is wonderful. And of course, lots of green beans. And I love green beans. And I think that unless you don't like green beans, it would be an excellent start for you as far as planting veggies in your garden. So if you've never done that before, I'd say start off with beans. And they taste a lot better than the ones in the store too. So you can see how much they're going for there. And they have more vegetables over here. We can't have too much of that, especially in these times. It is so good to try to grow, your own food. And, again, it tastes so much better. I thought that was an unusual color for a radish, but let me know if you've ever tried that one before. And I always like to plant squashes, like winter squashes, because it takes a little while for them to come up. But then as the season, progresses, you get to enjoy them, and they keep for a long time. And tomatoes, of course, are a mainstay. We always want to have those, unless you don't like tomatoes, which, some people don't, but most of us do. These are cucumbers. When I see these, I think of Stacy, because Stacy absolutely loves to have cucumbers. And we have over here, I wanted to show this to you. This is a rain drum. So this is a good way to save rainwater and, use it in your garden wherever you like. Be sure to check with your county, though, to make sure that it's allowed, because in some areas, believe it or not, it's actually not legal for you to collect rainwater. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. So over here now we have these that help you to they're digital timers for your water, whether you're using drip irrigation or in any kind of hose that's going to put water out, sprinklers as the case may be. So this is a good way to conserve. And these are the telescoping wand right here. It's going to make it easier for you to get to hanging baskets and things like that. Over here we have our seed starter mixes. It's a good time to get some of those. And then they also had these little kits right here where everything's already put together for you. You just need to get your seeds and put them in there. And you can do this either inside or winter it outside. No winter sowing outside, but you of course have to put the dome over it to protect them until your last frost date has passed, if you're going to keep them outside. Inside, you just take it off once they start coming up. And these ones, the water comes up from the bottom up. You can see how much those are going for. And these are the biodegradable ones which I spoke about in a recent video, where it doesn't have that transplant shock because you just stick them in the ground, when they come up when you're ready and they don't get disturbed, it just breaks down and they stay where they are over that time. This is 18, so that's a really, really good buy, I think. So as far as all of these plants go, we just want to go through and take a look to see what's available. It's not a sponsored video, so it's just for you to have an informed decision so you can decide what's going to work best for you, see what's out there so you can compare them. And again, if the ground is not frozen over, you can plant them in your area. If it's a little bit cold out there still, just hold on to them because, you'll be glad you did, because sometimes you don't do it and then you go back and they don't have any more. And then you have to wait or, find some other way of getting it, in which case you'll probably have to pay more for it at that time. So I hope that this was helpful to you. Leave me your comments. Thank you to all my channel members and those of you who come back time and time again. And my first-time viewers, love if you'd subscribe and just keep coming back. Thank you so much for watching and happy gardening. See you in the next one. Take care.